everybody. Welcome to Box Seats. It's the show where we talk a lot about sports with comedians. These comedians have been in the game for a long time. We have great conversations. And if you guys are familiar with the show, you know it could go to the left real quick. And speaking of left, let me bring up my man Talent, because, you know, Talent, he could bring stuff to the left or right, actually. T-shirt, bro. How you doing, bro? How's everything?
I'm maintaining, brother. You know, it's a good day. Nice and hot, 90 degrees, humid, beautiful.
Yeah, I get it too. If you guys are not familiar with the show, we talk to comics. Comics give us their opinions and stuff of what's going on. Talent's one of the comics who does that. The other comic who does that is a comedian known as Fig. Fig, how you doing, bro? How's everything?
Hey, man, I'm good, man. We got one of the kings of comedy and the king of analogies.
Okay, I don't know which one is which. So, all right, man, let's get ready to jump into the show, man. You know, I normally get ready to spit the show off with a COVID report, and since there's so much COVID news, Talent, I'm not even gonna leave the COVID report name tag up there for long because there's so much news jumping off. The first thing is that the IOC, the International Olympic Committee organizers, they're having discussions, and they've said this morning, which is all over the news this morning, that don't be shocked if you see a last minute cancellation of the Olympics, and that's because right now they got 70 confirmed athletes who have COVID. What's your thoughts, Dan?
Remember, I said this early on. I don't even know why they didn't see this coming. You know, I mean, Stevie Wonder could have seen this coming. You've seen it happen. You see it happening everywhere around you. How do you think that you're somehow exempt? You know what I mean? These athletes are training, the exhibition games, no real bubble. You know, right. So how do you not see this coming? I say that we knew. We're just now hearing things we already knew.
Right. We've been talking about it for weeks, at least a couple of months. We've been saying it for a long time. If you guys want to join the conversation, you can click that link and tell us what you think. Give us your opinion, whether you think that the Olympics should move, should not move. What's your thoughts for with that? But right now, let's Fig. What do you think, man? You think we should do it? We should back up?
The thing is, we've been talking about this. We've been saying cancel it, kick it down the road until you can figure something out. And these people just decided that they was going to do it like they was exempt, you know what I mean, from the COVID virus. And clearly you're not. So it's not a surprise to me, man, especially when Japan came out and said that, you know, they were being ravaged. You know what I mean? The entire country was being ravaged with the new variant, which was the Delta variant. And they still was going on with the Olympics. I was just like, how?
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. But the news is still moving forward with the variant still breaking forward. Matter of fact, I got a couple more news items. The SEC said they're not planning to postpone football games due to the new rise of COVID-19, whether the teams have vaccination or not. Now, here's the backstory. There are 14, 16 teams, regardless. Most of the teams in the South are not requiring that the athletes get vaccinated in order to play. Now, again, we're talking about vaccination. We're talking about these, you know, Southern people with Southern rituals, things that they believe and everything else. They don't even believe the variant and all that stuff is really true anyway. But now SEC is saying, hey, we're not postponing. We're moving forward with the football season. Your thoughts on that, Talent?
Well, I say this, Frank. I'm just coming home 2 days ago from the South. And they're definitely moving the freest. You know, I've been to the Midwest, the West, you know, the North, you know, and when you go south, they're definitely moving the freest that I've seen in the last 6 months. Like, I mean, 9 times out of 10, I go to a place, I'm the only one with a mask on. So I see them fighting this. You're not going to get them to buy into a mask mandate. It's just not.
Right. Fig, do you think that the SEC should change and switch gears right now because it could affect the entire, you know how this goes. Football season lasts all the way up to the end of December, and then they start playing the bowl games in January. That's how it goes. It's already July. They should be getting underway literally in a couple of weeks. What's your thoughts on that?
Man, the funny thing is that I think somehow they believe that athletes are exempt from catching this virus because I was just listening to something earlier right before we came on where it said that schools are requiring, and the law upheld it, that you have to be vaccinated in order to attend school in purpose. I believe this was college they were talking about, to attend the campus in person. And if you're not vaccinated, then they want you to attend your classes online. So I don't know. I mean, sports is damn sure you can't do sports online. You have to actually show up. So if they're not going to be vaccinated, I think they're going to be in the same situation as Japan.
Now, and the last, I got a couple more stories, but right now I think it's going to be the last one I'm talking about right now is, man, the Dallas Cowboys right now, they have the lowest vaccination rates of all the teams in the NFL. They get ready to film Hard Knocks with HBO right now. But they have the lowest vaccination rates because the NFL is not making a mandate that you have to get vaccinated in order to play. The team itself says they're leaving it up to the individual and stuff like that. But the Cowboys are going forward right now saying, hey, we're not requiring for them to get vaccinated. If they want to play, they want to play. They have the lowest vaccination rate. All the Dallas Cowboys. Where's Dallas Cowboys? The deepest part of the South you can get. Thoughts, Talent? Can't hear you, Talent. Can't hear you.
They can't afford to get vaccinated. Frank, they gave all the money to Dak Prescott. So it's no more money. It's no more money for vaccines. Again, the first place I went to that you talk about people not believing in this thing going on and how severe it is, was Texas. First place I performed where I saw people and somebody actually yelled out in the audience, virus is fake. I was like, oh my God. I've been doing comedy 30 years. I had to come back for everything in my life. Right there, that one I think I said, thank you, good night. The man said the virus is fake. I said, oh my God, all right. It's been real. You guys been I think I was 6 minutes in. I was done. But yeah, I think that it makes all the sense in the world. If you go to a region that don't believe in it, what make you think your football team or any team locally is gonna believe in it? I think that as a general consensus, they come up with what they come up and they believe it, and everybody follows suit. So Dallas is Dallas, Texas.
Your thoughts, Vic?
You know my consensus about Texas, man. I think that's a whole different planet. I think that's where the UFOs go to drop off people that they have abducted.
That's when the UFOs stop to refuel.
Yo, it's crazy in Texas, man. I don't understand it. They actually wanted to succeed from the United States of America, like to be their own little thing, man. I don't know, man. Texas, Lord have mercy. I just feel sorry for the people that live there, man. I don't understand that mentality.
I don't either. But speaking of mentality, man, there's another story I'm gonna drop on you, Talent. Before I even drop the story, I said if you guys want to join the conversation, if you have something you want to add, you can click that link and that's up there posted in the comments. You can join in and I'll pull you in. You give me what you think or not. Here's another one. There's a paraplegic. She's deaf and she's blind. She quit Team USA yesterday afternoon because the Olympic Committee is not going to allow her to bring her assistant or her assistant is her mom. They're not going to allow it because obviously they're concerned about the variant and they're concerned about, obviously people coming in. They're not even slacking on anything else with people coming in. Now, like I said at the beginning of this top thing, people in Tokyo don't want people to come in. And even if you need assistance, do you think it's fair or unfair for this paraplegic to be able to not be able? Well, she quit anyway. But what's your thoughts on this, Talent? She quit. She was supposed to expect to get 4 or 5 gold medals.
I would have quit too. That's not fair. It's double not fair. One, you need this assistant. You have this issues. These personal issues. And two, it's not like I'm sneaking in my buddy from school who's gonna push me around. It's my mom.
Right.
I just think it's double unfair. I think that, I don't know, man. Some of these things, man, the leadway or lack thereof is ridiculous, especially in these trying times, bro. It's already trying times for a person without any type of ailments or, handicaps, if you will. And then you get these people, and they're trying to be a part of the Olympics. They're supposed to be a part of the Olympics. And these little technicalities, you keep Xing people out. I don't like it.
Yeah, well, like I said, Fig, it's her mom who's her assistant. She's deaf. The athlete is deaf and blind. It's not if she doesn't get the assistant, she can't even get around. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's one of those stories you could just shake your head. What's your thoughts, Fig?
It seems like they're cutting out that portion of the Olympics this year because I believe that a lot of people who that would be like the Special Olympics portion, I would imagine. And I guess they're cutting out the Special Olympics because a lot of those people need assistance to be able to do some of the things they need to do. And then when they get to compete, then they compete on their own. The worst part about it is what you think is really crazy, that in the hospitals right now, in order for you to go to an appointment, you have to go by yourself unassisted. But in the event that you do need physical assistance to move around and stuff like that, the hospital will allow one person to go with you to assist you to get to your appointment. Now, this is the hospitals. So over in Japan, they don't even have that consideration, which makes no sense.
But on the flip side of that, Japan has a high rate. They're really scared of the Delta variant. I understand, but if I was her, I'd have quit too. I can't even front. I'd have quit too. I would have quit too, because that's the thing. You go, it's not like she can see to get around. It's not like she can hear to get around. She can't see or hear. She can't get around without her assistance. Like, to even get to the pool. You know what I mean? She can't do it.
Japan is tough, man. If you ain't a ninja.
Frank, she didn't quit. Technically, she was fired. You can't.
I guess you can look at it how you would look at it. Yeah, they quit on her, basically. They quit on her.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, they quit on her. All right, now let's move on to the biggest hot topic of the day. This morning I woke up, I heard the news. I'm sure you guys heard it too, Talent. Sure you heard about Aaron Rodgers. Crazy thing is, if you haven't heard the news, here it is real fast. The real news is that the Green Bay Packers made Aaron Rodgers a contract offer, a 2-year offer extension, who got 5 more seasons. He would have been the NFL's highest paid player. Now, here's the little asterisk. Right now, the highest paid player is Patrick Mahomes with $483 million. So they offered Aaron Rodgers more than $83 million for 2 more years extension to play the NFL. He turned them down flat. That tells me, Talent, that without a shadow of a doubt, he's out of there. He's trying to get traded. He does not want to play for Green Bay. He does not care, because anybody, you got to be out your mind to turn down $480 million. It got to be really, really bad. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know what your thought process is, but 1, you're already rich, but 2, $500 million. Talent, talk to me.
Well, I heard he's going to the Lakers, Frank.
Oh, that's good.
I heard he said the money ain't as important as the championship. Well, here's the thing, man. We thought he was gone because I looked at the breakdown today, and he broke it down how many people flew out to where he is to have meetings with him to try to rectify the situation.
Yep. 3
back-to-back, no bueno. So nobody's flying out there and not making attempts. They're making attempts each time. This was the latest one.
Right.
Okay, well, how can we make you happy? We'll make you the highest paid in the game, and that's not enough to be happy. I think it's like to the moon or bust. I think something really happened more than we know, and somebody needs to come clean with a public apology or something like this. Is what this smells like. You know, even though he's mums the word pretty much and just keep innuendoing it to death, I think it's something deeper than you just disrespected me type thing. I think something really underlining is in there. But if he's going to say, I'm going to turn down these couple extra years and be in the highest paid, something else is there. All
right, Fig. My question to you, Fig, is if you are the upper level management, or you're the group of management people who overlook this and everything else, the thought is that he's real upset with the general manager. So now the thought is, do you fire that dude to keep Aaron Rodgers? Because you made him the offer of $500 million. You fired. The only way he's going to stay is if the other guy goes. You fire that dude, Fig? What's your thoughts?
Look, Aaron Rodgers wore the shirt that said, I'm offended. And we all know it's the manager, the dude that was managing the Green Bay Packers is the person who offended him. So here's the thing. Aaron Rodgers said a long time ago, either he goes or I go. Now, your focus needs to be either on football or your management team. And you know, a lot of owners came out and said, we can't have the players running the asylum. So it depends. Can the manager throw a pass? Can he play quarterback? Because if not, You're gonna have to get up off of Aaron Rodgers because you can't negotiate with him. You can't bribe a rich person to do the stuff that they don't want to do because they already rich. And here's the other caveat to it. If Aaron Rodgers does go to another team, guess what? They're gonna pay him too. He's in the catbird seat.
It's not even about the money. So, talent. If I'm you, I mean, if you're the guy, you're the guy right now. You're sitting there because Fig made his point. What he would do. I'm sitting there saying right now. I'm looking around. I'm like, you know what? Aaron Rodgers could get us to the Super Bowl this year. If he leaves, our chances of getting to the Super Bowl this year drop dramatically. I can't hear you, talent. They drop dramatically. So if
they leave with him. Yeah, they leave with him.
Yeah, if you with him, what do you think? What would you do, talent?
I'm getting rid of the GM.
Just like that.
Unfortunately, here's the funny thing, because we always on this show, we talk about the player power and all that, and too much power and all that. I think when it comes to these new young players, it's a whole different ball game when it comes to a guy who's Mr. My Establishment, a guy that's been proven, a guy that has some tenure. We won with, we lost with, we broke bread with. He's been our franchise guy for forever. And we're saying to ourselves, okay, we still want him to be here for the next 2, 3, 4 years, whatever it is. You're going to have to concede some concessions for this man. If the man say he go or I go, this is a general manager, man. They come and go every day. I mean, this guy used to be the manager of Macy's. Not really that deep.
And before Macy's, he was managing McDonald's.
If you guys agree or disagree, chime in. Tell us what you think. Because right now, I could disagree with talent and I could disagree with Fig. But right now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I tend to agree with them. I'd rather want to win a Super Bowl right now, keep my quarterback happy, let him stay right now. And this other dude, so to Fig's point, those guys got to run the asylum. Like, we all know you don't win the Super Bowl. It don't come easily for anybody. I think it's the hardest sport to win a championship in person because everything's got to line up. You know what I mean? If you got to have the right quarterback, the right defense, the right offense, you got to have the right people come off the bench. I mean, everything got to line up. So you got to.
How about you just demote the guy, put him in a position that Aaron Rodgers will never see around there. Put him on in the parking lot. Somebody like Aaron Rodgers will never see him. You know what I mean? What if you tell Aaron Rodgers you fired him and he's somewhere else, and then just by luck, some strange ass luck, Aaron Rodgers go to the bathroom over there and go, "You are still here?"
Hey, listen. Until Aaron Rodgers leave, he can always work from home. I mean, there's a lot of people working from home nowadays. He worked from home, be right on the computer. Hey, here's the thing. Who's the easiest dude to replace? Aaron Rodgers or this GM?
The GM.
At the end of the day, who is the easiest to replace? Hey, look, Aaron Rodgers, most people believe that nowhere in the world Green Bay goes to a 13-3 season without Aaron Rodgers, and he just did it twice back to back.
And it came down to a lousy call. He might have been right back up in that Super Bowl.
Yeah, he might have been. I mean, lousy play call, he could have been with the right play call. Yeah, and it could even be crazier. They could have won too. Let's be honest, they could have won. They had a great shot. I mean, yeah, they could have won. Now let's move on, man, because we already know that people want to have a conversation about a couple of things right now. So my thing is, I want to talk about the NBA. Looks like my man Michael Sean wants to join the conversation. So let me just join before I bring it up. Mike, what's up, man? What's good? Thanks for joining the conversation.
What's up, fellas? What's good? Can you hear me good?
Yeah, we can hear you good. Yeah, we can hear you good. Mike, you want to jump in on the Aaron Rodgers conversation, or what's up? Talk to me.
That saga is just gonna keep going. I don't understand where he thinks he's going. If I'm Green Bay, I'm not sending you anywhere, and
right.
I'm gonna sit on it until God forbid if that Green Bay team starts off the season 6-2, something crazy. Aaron's gonna look nuts. Then they're gonna be sitting there going like, you have a team that went to the NFC Championship 2 straight years. I've never heard a player complain about his organization that helped you get to an NFC Championship game 2 straight years. And let's be clear, everybody keeps forgetting last year on that 3rd down play, everybody keeps talking about the coach making the wrong decision, not going for it on 4th down, which is correct. They should have went for it on 4th down that close to the end zone. Aaron Rodgers was the guy who made the horrendous play on third down when he could have waltzed into the end zone and threw the worst pass ever. Like, you're the guy who caused the fourth down decision to be made.
That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. But Mike, here's the other flip side. You saying if you're Green Bay, you don't get rid of him. What happens if Green Bay gets rid of him and they start 2-6? You know what I mean? Like you said 6-2, but it could easily flip. They get rid of Aaron Rodgers, they could be 2-6 in 8 games immediately. You know what I mean? What's your thoughts on that?
No, you're absolutely right with that. But that just goes to another thing is, why am I letting Aaron Rodgers go? There's nothing I can get back that's going to equal his value. I don't care if you give me 3 first-round draft picks and a quality player. It's still not going to equal the value of Aaron Rodgers. So Green Bay, either way, I just sit there and go like, okay, we're gonna play this game. I'm gonna see if you're really gonna sit there and give up, what is it, like $25 to $30 million next year or this coming year?
Right.
I want to challenge to see. I don't care how rich you are. I want to see if you're really gonna sit out and do nothing. And he's Aaron Rodgers, what have we got? 3 more years? Everybody's not Tom Brady.
Right. But Mike, matter of fact, stay right there, Mike. Don't go nowhere. I'm going to throw this question at talent, and I'm going to come back to you, Mike. Here's the other thing. What happens if Aaron Rodgers is the institution or the guy who causes his way to go where he might want to go? And all answers are saying he might want to go to Denver, but he really probably want to land in New Orleans. Right now, New Orleans needs right now. The only thing they're missing is New Orleans is stacked. They just lost Drew Brees, but you add Aaron Rodgers indoors right now. Talent, what you think about that? Aaron Rodgers landing in New Orleans.
Man, that would be the worst thing to happen to the Packers. Like
and Green Bay, and Tampa Bay too, because they be in the same division with Tom.
That'd be the worst thing to happen, man. Listen, you talk about a NFC shift real quick. Yeah, man, that'll be horrible. And like you said, to replace Drew Brees in the next season, you got Aaron Rodgers. I might move to New Orleans.
Yeah, that's kind of insane. Fig,
you put that with some oysters?
hey, Talent. You put Aaron Rodgers down there, be talking about you bite the head off that dead crawfish. Hey man, listen. I don't think Green Bay is that stupid. You're not gonna put Aaron Rodgers right across the street that had to play you and stuff like that. I think if they had a choice between New Orleans and Denver, they'd have a better chance of getting and sending Aaron to Denver. But here's the thing: if he goes to New Orleans or he goes to Denver, they automatically become contenders, because the only two things, the one piece that those two teams are missing is a dynamite quarterback. And if they get one, it could be open season. And Green Bay has Denver has proven to be able to take a quarterback and be able to win. They did it with Peyton Manning, and there was another one that they got like at the end of his career, and they won with that quarterback too.
That was Peyton Manning. So Mike, here's the scary thought. Aaron Rodgers indoors. You know what I don't know how you think about it, or how you want to face it and everything else. I agree with Fig in one sense that what you don't want to do is you don't want to get Aaron Rodgers in your division, and you don't want to give him something that he's going to be indoors, because that would be scary for anybody, because Aaron Rodgers ain't never played indoors unless he was playing some team away. You know what I mean? So what's your thoughts on that?
My thought is this. That's just another reason why if I'm Green Bay, I'm not trading him. Every option that you have of trading him leaves you in a bad situation. I'm going to play chicken with him. Okay, let me see you sit out an entire season. Let's see what happens. And if Green Bay ends up winning 7 games, or let's say they win 8 or 9 games, everybody's gonna sit there and look at Aaron. With you, they would have been back in the NFC Championship. I'm definitely not sending you to New Orleans. You got to be kidding me right now. There's no way ever I'm sending you out there. You're gonna sit down.
But if he sits, but Mike, if he sits and Green Bay goes 2-6, right, and everything else, it doesn't strengthen their position. If I'm Green Bay, you already know he doesn't want to play. You know he's out next year. If I'm Green Bay, I'm trading for the simple fact, let me see what I get for him to build for the future, because he's gone anyway after the year. You know what I mean? Like, he's gone. Like, there's nothing you have. He's gone. So
and you ain't gonna get nothing back.
And you ain't gonna get nothing back.
This year you might get something. Next year, you're not going to get nothing. And Green Bay has already planned for the future because a couple years ago, they drafted his replacement. So either you're going to get something for him this year or nothing.
Right. If I'm Green Bay, I'm getting rid of him because it doesn't. All the things are lining up not in your favor. You sent 4 or 5 managers out there to talk to him. He said no. And the only thing the only slimmer hope you have is if you fire the GM. That's why I threw with the talent. Said talent, what you do? Said what you do. The only slimmer hope if you go to him, all the guys go there with their hands up. Like, all right, you know what? We fired him. Can you come play? That's the only way.
You know, this is the only profession that you can do this shit, right? Like you can't be the stock boy at Macy's and go, listen, you get rid of the manager. Well, I'm not coming.
I'm not packing one more bag. Ain't one more bag getting packed unless you fire the manager.
But wait a minute now. If you're the head forklift driver, you can put a lot of pressure on the warehouse.
Yeah.
Hey, if you all want to join the conversation, whether you agree with Mike, because Mike is saying keep him. Fig is saying ship him. Talent is saying ship him. I'm saying ship him. If you all want to join the conversation, you're welcome to. You can join in, hit that link and everything else. I want to move on with the conversation now because we talked about Aaron Rodgers. I got to talk about something else that's going to blow y'all's mind. You're not going to believe this. There was an NBA prospect right now, Talent, right? He's coming from Croatia. He knew that he met with some of the officials and stuff like that. He was going to be drafted in the NBA. Once he found out it was going to be OKC, he withdrew his name from the NBA. He withdrew his name from the draft. So, Talent, what's your thoughts when you hear that an NBA prospect? This dude is 6'9". He's averaging 13.6 rebounds, 2 assists. He's like, yeah, I don't play for OKC. He was
first of all, this is Stevie Francis' nephew. You know what I mean? Second of all, you coming from Croatia. If you Croatian and you about to be in the NBA draft, you think of all the big cities. Oh, I might go to New York. I might go to LA. Chicago got big buildings. And they say, well, you know, you're going to OKC. You're like, what? You're like, I don't have boots for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Croatian dude, I don't blame him, man. This is what Stevie Franchise did, man. You know, he seen that he was going, what was it, Toronto?
Yeah.
He said, I just won't show up. And forced the league and the teams to do a trade after the draft. I thought that was so disrespectful. Ultimately it's disrespectful. People got to stop thinking that this is owed to them and understand the privilege to play in a professional league. Do what you got to do. You can always go somewhere else later down the line after you put your numbers up and, you know, make your bones and everything. People kill me when they come in the league and go where they want to go.
Or they think they want to go. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, that's crazy. Fig, this dude averaged 16 points. 13.6 rebounds, 2 assists. He's 6'9", 6'9.5". He's a forward. He could have did some damage over down in OKC, but he's like, you know what? I'm gonna pass with that one. What you think?
You may, put it to you this way. I'm gonna say 4 things. Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Serge Ibaka. They were all in OKC. How many are left? None. Would you want to go there?
Right.
They're making bad decisions in OKC. They're making real bad decisions. If you had kept those dudes together, you probably would have went on a run of at least 3 to 4 championships in OKC by now. Because right now, I'm sure the commissioner would block those guys getting together right now. You can't have Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden and Serge Ibaka on the same team right now. That's an automatic championship right now. People be mad. That's a super team. Why you putting these super teams together? But OKC had them all, and they got rid of all of them.
Yeah, they draft Mike. OKC drafts well. There's no doubt about it. Same management people are there. Everybody there. They draft well, and that's just the way. Oh, by the way, Mike, turn your phone this way. Turn your phone this way. So you can fill up the whole screen.
Hold up, it's not working. Hold up. I'm trying to get this going.
You got it on lock. But right now, they draft well, Mike. So at the end of the day, if they draft so well, if I'm him, I would do my homework. I wouldn't mind going there if I'm him. Like, you see the bones. You know what I mean? What you think, Mike?
Talent, I got to give it to you. That makes sense. It's a privilege, but it's 2021. I'm sorry. If I got leverage, ask Eli Manning. He could have wound up in San Diego. He said, nope, not going to San Diego. Ask John Elway. He could have wound up with the Colts. He said, nope, not going to the Colts. If you got some leverage and you can avoid going to OKC, you avoid going to OKC. It's like when people used to avoid going to New Jersey Nets. You avoid going to those franchises because you will sit there for the first 3 or 4 years of your life and we will not hear from you until you're done that rookie contract.
Yeah. Unless you.
But I don't think you want to come into any league with that black eye on you, though, because so goes the rest of your years. If you come in like the guy, it's like the guy that gets labeled uncoachable, or in our business, hard to work with. You know what I mean? When we're hard to work with, like I know, we get less calls.
Yeah.
Because people don't want to deal with it. So that gives a sign to me that you're coming in the league and you do that, you set off a sign, believe it or not. Everybody's already looking for you now. Like, oh, that guy did that? Okay, we see how he rolling. So you right away, you ain't even loyal. You ain't loyal. You ain't even you clocked out before they asked you to clock in.
Mike, I appreciate you staying in for the show, man. I know your time is limited, so if you want to stay on, you can, man. But we're going to keep the show, we're going to keep the conversation going on. The next thing, I want to bring up to you guys is this crazy conversation that I found out that happened. I found out that the 911 caller, right? There was a 911 caller who's under scrutiny with the Richard Sherman incident. And the 911 caller is under scrutiny because she was so condescending. When Richard Sherman's wife called, right? Richard Sherman's wife called and everything else. She literally told him, ma'am, you need to stop talking so I can make sure I get all the information on the incident. So once people heard how condescending she was and everything else, things started coming out saying, you know what? She must have been white, which she ended up being. And of course, it's this white privilege and everything else. I mean, it just started unfolding more and more. There's not pressure on the city to get this woman fired. Talent, talk to me. What you think about hearing scrutiny over the Richard Sherman incident?
Well, I mean, I got to hear that. I can't wait to hear that. Now you're gonna make me pull that right up, because it happens, bro. You can hear people. That's why people, if you pay attention when in a workplace, a lot of people do change their voice when they're at work than when they're at leisure. There's a reason for that. So I think if somebody calls you and you kind of put 2 and 2 together, like there's some black woman on the phone, and you kind of like all of a sudden that urgency goes away. This is 911. Right. It should always have an urgency. So if that urgency goes away in the middle, ma'am, calm down. All right, settle down. Let me. Then maybe she deserved that. I'm gonna look at that. I'm gonna listen to that and get a real opinion on that.
Yeah, because it sounded horrible. I mean, a little bit I heard, I was like, this is crazy. Fig, talk to me. What you think?
I don't think anybody should have to call for her job. I think they should just fire her anyway. That is the one job where you need to be empathetic all the time. If you work in a hospital, you're a nurse, a doctor, or something like that, your bedside manner is what they call it. You need to have empathy in that job because every single time that somebody dials 911, unless it's a mistake to them, it is DEFCON 9. It is an emergency, and everybody's at a heightened level of, sensitivity when you call 911. Like I need help now. Help me. That's what 911 means. Help me. And if you're calling 911 and they're not sympathetic or empathetic to what it is that you're saying, you don't need that job. You need to do something else. Go pack bags at the nearest grocery store or something.
That's a great point. Probably the best points made on the show today, because it's true. When somebody calls 911, they're already heightened. They're already at the point past of is this going to be an okay situation? They're at the situation where 911 means it's serious for anybody. Now it looks like somebody else is joining the show, man. Kev Lane. Kev, what's up, man? How you doing, brother?
What's happening, gentlemen?
Okay. All right, so you're a viewer. Talk to me. Tell me. I know you have a comment you want to make or something like that. What topic do you want to bring up with that?
Well, I just caught the tail end of what you all were just saying about Richard Sherman. I could you just say the beginning part of that?
We were talking about the 911 caller that literally had no sympathy when Richard Sherman's wife called, and she was calling, and she was, she was on the hectic thing and everything. She was saying, help me and everything else. And the 911 caller was saying, slow down, ma'am, please. But the way she said it, she was so condescending. People are now out there trying to get a job because talking about white privilege and all this other stuff. Saying the lady turned out to be white, but she did not have any empathy in her bones. She basically told her to stop talking I mean, she was just so condescending. So,
Wow.
so
that yikes, that's crazy. That I can relate to that almost, because I was a police officer for 20 years, and
wow.
to hear a dispatcher not be empathetic to a caller under all circumstances, never, ever, ever is anybody in the radio room supposed to be unhelpful. You gotta offer assistance, even if you have to go get a supervisor. You just can't shut it down like that. I'm surprised that lady's still working there.
Well, she's not. That's the problem. That's the problem. That's the point.
There you go.
Well,
Yo, man, your library is sick, Kev. I'm looking behind you, man. Your library's off the chain, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
yeah, you know how he gets down. Well, we find out how we get down right now. Well, Kev, thank you for joining the show. Thank you for giving us your thoughts on that, man. We greatly appreciate that.
Come and represent. Yeah, I'm here for you, talent. Represent BBC. BBC, bro.
Yes, sir, baby.
That, by the way, that stands for the Doc Brown Coalition.
I need all the help I can get on this show, bro.
All right, thank you for joining the show, man. We appreciate you. Talent, you got your fans coming up all day, man. I don't know how you doing that, man. That's good,
man. Everybody know I'm outnumbered. If Rodney don't show up, it's over. Look at this. Look at this reverse Oreo cookie at the screen. He does this on purpose, man. Look at it.
Yeah, only you would think that. All right, but let's talk about the Suns and the Phoenix Suns and the Milwaukee Bucks, man. The pivotal game is tonight, Talent. You feel any differently today than you did yesterday? Because I looked at a lot of the stuff. I looked at a lot of reviews, and I looked at a lot of people talking and everything else. I'm kind of a little bit more, Phoenix got their back against the wall. I think they might show a little grit tonight, man. I'm not saying they're going to 100% win, but I'm feeling a little bit more optimistic for Phoenix than I was yesterday. What are you thinking right now, Talent?
Well, the reality is this. I think they are gonna back against the wall. I think you're gonna get one of those kind of games. But I think that same pressure that they're dealing with, Milwaukee knows that they don't want to deal with. So, in other words, we got lucky. We stole that home game to shift everything that we can close out at home. You got to play. This is game 7. If I'm Milwaukee, that's my whole mental. That's all we've been thinking for the last couple of days. This is game 7. This is game 7 because you don't want to go to a real game 7 in their house.
Right.
Everything's lined up for you to win. It's like, it's like Bill Burr said about the homeless white guy asking for spare change. He said, dude, how are you homeless? It's pretty much all set up for you. But it's like right now it's gotten set up for the Bucks. Like I would really be shocked for the Bucks not to execute and look for the real MVP to show up tonight, Middleton.
All right. Well, let's be honest about one thing, Fig. Let's be honest with one thing. Of the 3 losses that Phoenix got, right? They lost 3 times in the series, right? 2 of those losses was their mistakes that they made in the end. They could have won those games. So if you're a Phoenix Suns fan, not that I'm a Phoenix Suns fan, if you're a Phoenix Suns fan, you could at least know that fact and be a little bit more optimistic about your chances of winning. Am I wrong? Am I mistaken? Am I crazy? What you think?
No, not at all, man. I mean, they did have their chances to win in the last 3 games, but think about this. The Milwaukee Bucks had a chance to win the first 2. They were in the first 2 games. You know what I mean? They had a chance to win those also. So, I think what it is that what's really tough is that when the last game, when it was in Phoenix came out like gangbusters. It's like they wanted to knock them out in the first quarter, which they did. They destroyed the Bucks in the first quarter, and slowly but surely the Bucks walked them down. And they had their fans behind them. They was at home. We know role players play better at home. So now the shoe is on the other foot, and the role players of the Milwaukee Bucks should play better because they're home, and they're going to have, I believe, 60,000 fans in the street and maybe about 30,000 fans in the stands. So we're talking about somewhere between 90 to 100,000 cheering people for this team at home, and they're the bigger, stronger team, and it seems like they're the hungrier team and the more experienced because they've been there the last 2-3 years.
All right, so let me ask you this challenge: is there more pressure now on Phoenix or is it on Milwaukee? Because I'm thinking the pressure. Phoenix knows their backs against the wall. Obviously, they know if they don't win, they go home. But also, Milwaukee knows this too, that if we don't win, we got to go back to Phoenix and play Game 7 too. So, who's more pressure on right now, talent? You looking at it from that both perspectives? The more pressure on Phoenix or more pressure on Milwaukee? What you think?
The most pressure is always on the home team, slightly, because that simple reason that you are at home. So it's like your mother watching a fight. You know, it's one thing for you to be fighting and nobody you know is around. You lose, only you know how you lost. But if your mother over there like, you better whip his ass or I'm going to whip your ass, that's pressure on you. You home court. So they got a slight edge with pressure to the Bucks, but I think it's pretty, damn near equal because neither team want to lose tonight for obvious reasons. The Bucks don't want to have to do it in Phoenix, and Phoenix don't want it to end. They want to get it. I was like, Phoenix lose, it's over.
Yeah.
Bucks lose, they're going to be kind of feeling like it might be over. So I think the pressure is kind of equal with a slight edge to the Bucks because they're in their home stadium.
All right, now, Fig, I had a thought. If Phoenix loses, I'm gonna be honest with both of you. I don't see them getting to the finals nowhere near in the future. This is their shot. This is their shot. This fall is 36, 37. You know what I mean? They will be down once he goes. Phoenix will be down another superstar, and it'll be just Booker and Ayton there. You know what I mean? And I don't see that. I don't know. What do you think, Fig? What
I don't know, man. I mean, I don't really agree with that point because Phoenix is a young team. Ayton and Booker is young. Cam is young. They got a lot of young. Like their whole core squad is young, and it seems like they're growing up together. A la the Golden States, the Milwaukee Bucks, although they made a few changes. You know, when you're young, it's difficult to win in this league. And you get that under your belt, that the playoffs and the finals is very difficult to win. It is not an easy task. I think it's difficult. Everybody knows the closeout game is the hardest. But the one piece, the one little edge that I give to the Milwaukee Bucks, another piece is Giannis seems to be unfazed by failure. He doesn't like it, but it doesn't seem to faze him in the sense of like he's willing to take a 3-point shot. He's willing to take a mid-range shot. He goes to the line and puts up those free throws, and even if he misses them both, he's going to the hole hard again with the opportunity to get fouled and go to the line again. So it's just like his failures, he puts them behind him immediately, and he continues to go hard. So I give that to him in his favor, and I believe as he goes, the Milwaukee Bucks will go tonight.
Yeah, but the point I guess I was making is that Phoenix has a worse chance of making it back. Milwaukee has a better chance because they're not losing anybody. You know, they got.
Well, you're right in that, but I think you're talking about like the other teams are just going to be there. Like we don't know what's going to happen with the Clippers. You know, Kawhi might leave. You know, they might switch up their roster. LeBron ain't getting no younger. He's 36. He's going to be 37 next year. So do you really have to worry about the Lakers? So you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you got Golden State. The West is just more stacked than the East. Point blank. The West is more stacked than the East. It would be harder for Phoenix to make it back to the finals again than it would be for Milwaukee to make it back. Because Milwaukee right now, out of the East, Milwaukee can be concerned of maybe two teams. That's the Nets and that's basically Philly, maybe. You know,
not the Knicks. You ain't say the Knicks.
I didn't say the Knicks. No, I ain't say the Knicks. I said Milwaukee has to be worried. I was talking about lunch. I was talking about something else. Like that little dick there, that lunch box remark.
Frank, what kind of fan are you? What happened to the Celtics, man?
No, I'm saying for Milwaukee. Look, the Celtics will be in the mix, but I don't think the Celtics are going to be strong enough to knock out the Bucks yet. Again, where we standing right now, they got to make a couple more additions. See me at the beginning of the NBA season and see where I'm at, because then I'll be like, yeah, the Celtics can knock those boys off. I'm just saying right now, today's date, July 20th, right now, Milwaukee Bucks have a better chance of making it to the finals right now at this point next year than the Phoenix Suns do, because Phoenix, we know, is going to lose some players. That's all on my point.
No, you're right. You're right, because y'all ain't got shit right now. You're right.
No, we
You couldn't beat a good varsity team right now.
all right, but guess what? Y'all could be a good JV team. So there you go.
Oh no, we good. We balling right now. Son.
Nah, y'all losing 7 free agents right now. Y'all losing 7 free agents. And on top of that, Derrick Rose is the biggest one who's taking big offers right now.
Don't matter. With Dame Dollar coming, it don't matter.
All right, you're right. You're right. Y'all gonna beat the 8th graders next year. I forgot. All right. All right. Let me start up, man, with the next thing. I want to jump into the NFL because the point that everybody was talking about this morning was overseeing Aaron Rodgers. You know, everybody's Aaron Rodgers talent. You know what everybody overlooked? Everybody overlooked at the ripple effect. Wherever Aaron Rodgers goes, it shrinks the market for who? Deshaun Watson. Because Deshaun Watson is he's supposed to go. People talking about him going to Denver. People talking about him going to New Orleans. People talking about him going to the Jets. Jets are off the table. They lost all their draft picks. They used most of them. Now people talk about if he does everything, he might go to Philly. That ripple effect. What do you think the ripple effect is going to be for Deshaun Watson if Aaron Rodgers leaves?
It's no bad news there, because here's the thing. All those teams you named, he can only pick one.
Right.
So that leaves still ample opportunity in places and cities for Deshaun Watson to show up and show out. So, you know, he doesn't take enough off the table to really affect him. I think he'll still be all right. One of these guys, though, in my heart of hearts, I don't think they're both going to be able to leave. Somebody's going to be stuck home.
You think so?
Yeah.
You know what might happen? This is what might happen. Aaron Rodgers might be stuck in Green Bay, and Deshaun Watson might be put on the commissioner exempt list. That could happen. You know what I mean? And Deshaun Watson might not be able to play at all this season.
Why don't they just switch masseuses? Everybody stay where you at. Just let's trade masseuses.
Yo, that's gonna be in the Deshaun Watson trade. He's gonna give up Deshaun Watson and 20 masseuses and for 3 first-round picks and a player to be named later. Nah, man, listen. Hey, you're right, man, because you know, look, after the big chip goes, then you know the stuff rolls down the hill. It's always like that. Even in the NBA with the first free agent, the biggest free agent, it was like a couple years ago when Kevin Durant was a free agent. After Kevin Durant goes, or years before that when LeBron James goes, after the big chip goes, then all of the rest of the things fall in line and you get in where you fit in. So I think between the two, the more accomplished is Aaron Rodgers. Excuse me. So once that situation works itself out, then Deshaun Watson pretty much has to get in where he fit in. He's like next up in line. But with this case not being settled, you never know what happens with Deshaun Watson. But I don't see him playing for the Texans anymore.
No, I don't see him playing for Texas anymore either. But where I do see him going is I wouldn't be shocked to see him go to Denver. I wouldn't be, you know what I mean? And if he goes to Denver, here's the crazy thing I'm going to say to both of you. If he goes to Denver, that only narrows the spot down where Aaron Rodgers could go, because he can only really go to some teams that have the ability to be able to take on his contract. The only team right now that can really take on his contract is New Orleans Saints. So, you know, go ahead.
I was on one caveat that you mentioned before, Frank. If they fire the GM and give him this extension that they offer him, Aaron Rodgers might just stay in Green Bay. Fire the GM, give him the extension that they offered him. I think they offered him like a 5-year extension and made him the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. Fire the GM, give him the money. Aaron Rodgers stays, and this whole thing is over. I don't know why they're holding on to this dude. He's a GM, for God's sakes.
Somebody's staying, I'm telling you.
All right, well, the crazy thing about that whole situation is one domino will affect the whole league. Aaron Rodgers, if he leaves, he's only a certain amount of places he could go. But if he stays, somebody got to get fired. You know what I mean? Because we all know the scrutiny he's under and everything else. But I'm going to leave this last question to both of you because the time is going out. So you got 60 seconds talent. The Dallas Mavericks are on Hard Knocks on HBO right now. Do you think that's a good look for the Dallas Mavericks?
Dallas Cowboys.
That's what I meant.
I was about to say, yo, how do you do that?
That's just Dallas Mavericks. I meant to say Dallas Cowboys.
Got the Dallas Mavericks.
I meant to say Cowboys. What do you think about Dallas Cowboys on Hard Knocks?
I don't think they need the distraction. I think coming off of the year they had, you're trying to come back to a really good Dak Prescott. I think this is a distraction. I keep my fingers crossed and wish them the best, but I would not have signed up for that. Not this year.
Yeah. Not when they have the worst defense in the league. They're horrible.
Not this year, bro.
It sounded like an adult film. The Dallas Maverick and Hard Knocks. Listen, we all know Jerry loves a good show, man. He's P.T. Barnum, man. His Ringling Brothers and the Barnum and Bailey Circus. Jerry loves the show, man. And listen, this is right up. This is in his wheelhouse. It's right up his alley, man. We probably gonna hear more about Jerry Jones in the Hard Knocks segments than we hear about any of the rest of the team. So this is par for the cause. This is what they do, man. Dallas Cowboys always been box office.
Yeah, they always have been. But anyway, y'all, that's the show. I'm looking at the time. Talent, you sell any rooms for that? You got any more rooms? Got any more rooms left, man?
Rooms are sold out. Tickets are on sale. You can catch the shows. Rooms we're done with. And this just in. It is official. Rodney Perry will be with us. Rodney Perry. So we have the full Box Seats crew in the building. This is going to be stupid. I'm putting our itinerary together today so we can have our time slot, do a live version of this thing, man, and stream it from out there. It's the 30th. It's next weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Claridge Hotel, Atlantic City. Talent at itsjustcomedy.com. Email me. Get your tickets.
Talent, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Are we going to be sitting around in front of a live audience?
Unless you don't want to.
I might be nervous. You never asked me. I might be nervous.
We'll keep it light.
No, I'm just playing. I ain't nervous. I spoke for a lot of people. But I just wanted to say, like, you assume that I go on stage because I'm light skinned. That's all.
Every light skinned dude should be ready to sing. My grandmother said this one time.
Don't get me started. I can sing. I tell you.
Hey. I'm the illegitimate cousin of I'll Be Sure. They call me I'll Be Damned.
That's a good one. Well, I'm related to Keith Sweat. I'm his illegitimate cousin brother from the mother's family side. And I turned out light skinned.
Called Keep Dry. Keep sweating, keep dry. What's up?
Hey, don't get me started singing. All right, y'all, we gotta get ready to go. Fig, tell everybody out there how they can follow you too, man.
There it is, always at Comedian Fig, all social media platforms. Box Seats, Monday through Friday, 1 to 2 p.m. Best damn sports show on TV, and we're gonna be live on that special 30th anniversary.
When we live, I'm gonna make sure I'm doing my shoulders. You know what I mean? When we doing at the show, I'm gonna get my shoulders ready so I can sing. You gotta do the bad boy. Take that. I'm getting it all ready. Well, I'm gonna have my singing mic on. I just hope my wife is watching because then I'm gonna sing. You know what I mean? Yo, we got to get ready to go. We got to get ready to roll out. That's the show. Thank y'all for watching. We might have some more guests this week. You know how we do. We definitely have some more conversations. The link is up every day this week. Now, if y'all want to join the conversation, you can next starting tomorrow, 1 o'clock. We'll see y'all at 1 o'clock live. On the Humor Mill channel, we will be broadcasting at 3 o'clock, the repeat of this live show. We're doing that every day from henceforward. Tell a friend, tell a friend. Thanks y'all for watching. We'll see y'all later. Peace.